Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Records obtained by Valley News Live show a nursing home that was hit the hardest in North Dakota by COVID-19 had issues before the pandemic. 33 of the deaths in the state have happened at these facilities. Valley News Team's Joshua Pagaro dug into pages of reports and tried getting answers from the nursing homes cited this year by the federal government.
Federal inspectors gave warning signs that some North Dakota nursing homes were not prepared for battling an infectious disease. Villa Maria in Fargo leads the state in the number of COVID-19 cases at 52. An inspection done in February cited them for not having an infection and prevention control program in place. The report says an insulin pen fell into a garbage can and the nurse did not sanitize the pen. They've been cited each year since 2016 for infection control problems. Another nursing home with a similar issue this year was Valley Senior Living in Grand Forks. That nursing home has 11 COVID-19 cases. Inspectors have also found infection control problems since 2016. None of the nursing homes made anyone available to speak on camera, including Villa Maria right behind me. They both provided statements, and in those statements they say that the issues were corrected. Shelley Peterson of the North Dakota Long-Term Care Association says Villa Maria has 11 residents that have recovered, and that doesn't get reported as much.
So from the beginning, it's been diligence and vigilance in watching for the virus.
She says the state has one of the oldest populations staying at nursing homes in the country. In terms of how COVID-19 may have gotten into a facility, she says it may have to do with the new American population.
What's unique about Fargo that's different from the rest of is that they have a great new American population, and sometimes we see them working in larger or living in larger households and more people, thus greater risk for exposure.
In statements from both nursing homes, they say they're following CDC and North Dakota Department of Health guidelines, including restricting visitors. In Fargo, Joshua Pagaro, Valley News Live.
In Minnesota, out of the 748 deaths, 608 were at long-term care facilities. The North Dakota Long-Term Care Association credits the state for being aggressive with testing at nursing homes for the low number in deaths. North Dakota's governor says reopening long-term care facilities to the general public will be tricky. Governor Doug Burgum says the state may end up looking at it on a county-by-county basis, having it come down to a number of cases in an area.
Opening up a long-term care facility for visitation in a county that's had no positives this entire time versus opening one up in Cass County right now, those are two very different decisions, and we take all these decisions seriously, but long-term care is potentially a life or death decision, so we want to be really thoughtful about that.
Right now, of the 680 active cases in North Dakota, 490 are in Cass County. And of the 45 deaths reported in the state, 34 were from Cass County. Nothing breezy about today. It was darn right windy out there. Windy and warm. Let's find out about tonight's weather from Hutch, who continues to work from home. Hutch?
Mike, thanks so much. We continue to see hazy skies as well. Some fires. Controlled burns, we assume some of them, and others may be getting a little out of control with gusts over 30 miles per hour again. Right now, those strongest of the winds in the James River Valley, they're from the south again as temperatures soared today into the 80s up in the Bemidji area and points north near Badette and Roseau. 77 this hour in Fargo, and it's very nice out there, minus those winds. It's quieted down just a pinch here in the FM area as far as the gusty nature goes. But we could still see gusts well over 20 miles per hour for your evening. Temperatures will be slowly diminishing, mainly after sunset, which, Mike, occurs at 9:01 this evening. Plenty of time for you to get out there and maybe fertilize the lawn before our chance of rain, which we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. All in all, a little breezy, but temperature-wise, absolutely phenomenal.
Thanks so much for the heads up on the moisture. The state of North Dakota is reporting another coronavirus-related death. The man was in his 90s and from Cass County and had underlying medical issues. That brings the death toll in North Dakota linked to the virus to 45. 37 of those patients died because of the virus. 4 died with the virus, and 4 death records are still pending. Another 63 cases were reported today statewide. 56 of those are from Cass County. There are 680 cases considered active in the state. 490 are in Cass County. 32 patients are currently in the hospital. Another 17 deaths are linked to the coronavirus today in Minnesota, including a Clay County resident in his 90s. The state's overall death toll is now at 748. 665 new positive tests were reported today, with the active case total standing at 5,489. 545 Minnesotans are currently in the hospital. 229 are in the IC unit. Fargo-Shanley High School will be holding an in-person graduation ceremony and will allow parents of the graduates to attend. Shanley says the ceremony is going to take place tomorrow at 5 p.m. at the school's football stadium. The school will be implementing a number of safeguards for the graduation, including social distancing, control on the number of people in attendance, and of course the wearing of face masks. For family and friends who can't attend, it'll also be live streamed on the Shanley TV website. Over 400 people have signed already a petition to allow family members at Fargo Public School graduation ceremonies. The petition comes after both Fargo and West Fargo schools announced last week while in-person ceremonies will be held. Spectators will not be able to attend, however. A group of Fargo North moms say that they're trying to meet with the Fargo School Board and superintendent to share their ideas and say they're willing to be part of their teens' special day.
We're not asking for, all friends, family, and stuff. We're just asking as parents to be able to see our kids walk across the stage.
Fargo Public Schools says when the original plan of 2 guests per graduate was shared with local healthcare experts, they were highly encouraged to take a more conservative approach with no guests at the graduation ceremony. One person has died after a car wreck on Interstate 94 in Fargo this afternoon. That crash happened just after 1 p.m. The victim is listed as a 75-year-old man from Twin Valley, Minnesota. The Highway Patrol says the man lost control and swerved, hitting a guardrail, and then sideswiped a semi-truck trailer. A passenger in the car was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the semi was said to be uninjured. COVID-19 testing was completed at the Cass County Jail this afternoon as a preventative measure. Sheriff Jesse Johnner says all staff and 156 inmates received the tests. 3 inmates who refused testing will be moved into isolation to monitor their health. The sheriff says there are currently no known positive COVID-19 cases within staff or inmates in the facility, and today's testing will help with future restructuring of the general population and make room for new arrests coming into the facility. The state of North Dakota is seeing an uptick of fake unemployment insurance claims and is now warning companies to be on the lookout. The fraudsters are reportedly using a person's information of someone who is still employed and hasn't filed for any benefits. In some of the situations, the agency said that the employer was able to notify Job Service before payments were made. Job Service North Dakota is asking employers to pay close attention to any notice of claim and to other materials sent to them by the agency. Employers are also encouraged to report potential fraud. Tonight, this man, 44-year-old Jason Anderson, is in jail facing attempted murder charges. Anderson is accused of running over another man in the West Acres parking lot this morning. Police say Anderson and the victim knew each other and were involved in an incident in Moorhead earlier in the morning where the victim allegedly stole Anderson's car. Police say Anderson got his car from the mall parking lot, saw the unidentified man, intentionally ran him over, and then got out of the vehicle and assaulted him. That victim was taken to a Fargo hospital with serious injuries. Fargo police want you to know about a high-risk sex offender in the community. 36-year-old Michael Gordon is living at 724 First Street North. That's about 3 blocks from Michelson Field. Gordon has been convicted of sex crimes against children 3 different times. His most recent case involved a 16-year-old girl. He's also been convicted for trying to lure a child on the computer, but that child was actually a police officer. The city of West Fargo says crime overall is going down within city limits, earning it the title of the safest city for the 2nd year in a row. That was revealed in the 2019 crime report, which is out today. The data shows a decrease in personal crimes and drug crimes within West Fargo. In total, the police department has issued 4,570 citations. That's down from 7,000 in 2018. Police also oversaw 1,648 arrests, down from nearly 2,000 in 2018. They received over 30,000 calls for service in 2019. Canada and the United States have agreed to extend their agreement to keep the border closed to non-essential travel during the coronavirus pandemic. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says border is the source of vulnerability, so the agreement will be extended by another 30 days. Commercial and essential travel is still being permitted. Later on Valley News Live at 6, a casino in Minnesota has reopened. We'll take you there to find out about changes brought on by COVID-19.
And preceding your sunrise was a little thumbnail of the moon rising in the sky in the 5 o'clock hour this morning. A gorgeous day, although very breezy across the valley. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows the wind continues. We'll talk about a chance of rain also right after this.